I'm live, and it's going to be going green in about 3 seconds. Green, 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 green at 11:15. They had a couple raindrops on the windshield, so they delayed like 3 laps. There seems to be a significant number of campers still there, which is the way I would do it. But a lot of people say, I have to get back to work and, all that stuff. But I don't know. I didn't really notice it beforehand. Hello and welcome to all. Welcome. Hello and welcome to all. Feel free to comment. Thanks. Oh, I didn't adjust the watch along. I don't think. Let me look at it. I don't think I have. So lap 3, it's Agar, Nemechek, Gibbs, Jones, Custer, Creed, Burton, Smith, Hemrick, Herbst is the top. Did we? I did not change those. Sorry about that. Rapper, what's up, Rapper? Did you just make that up? You're a genius. How you doing? Yeah, I was about to go off a screen there. Hey, Santa Claus. Claus with an E. So yeah, hi. While my streams are smaller and intimate, I'll be off screen. I won't see comments and y'all when you enter and exit. And that's to edit, update with Nightbot, Discord, Pingcord, TweetShift, etc. Thank you, JoeHart, PwD's. I'm probably going to adjust the watch along, which was the previous message, but that was from yesterday. So anyway, it is anyway, it doesn't have today's information. I didn't do the update, so I want to correct it before it keeps doing those things. So Algar is still in front, then Gibbs, Nemechek, Jones, Custer, Creed, Hemrick. The cameras definitely have raindrops on them, which they knew. It was misting. I would say there seems to be more significant rain on the cameras. So Rapper, what happened, man? Are you a bot? Rapper the bot. You're a one-trick pony. Hey, Rapper. My name is Rapper. I rap. I'm so super cool. I rap. And I say, hey, Santa Claus with an E. I bet you never heard that one, have you? Little fucking Rapper. Whoops, that's after 7 seconds, right? I think that's the way it works, is you got to do it after 7 seconds. Commercial. So Agar, Gibbs, Nemechek, Custer, Creed, top 5. with 9 of 200 laps done. So, okay, boy, I've got a lot of. It takes two to. That's rapping. Are you watching along? Why has he got a little pickle? It takes two to leave that all right. Okay, so what do we got? Okay, let me put that off to the side because it's really distracted me. We don't want to be distracted. Who? Is that my Twitch? My Twitch buddy. How you doing, Twitch? Thanks for coming. Is there a particular reason you don't comment? Did you want to tell me why? Why don't we talk about it? Why don't you tell me why you don't talk? Come on. Oop, that weather today delay is not current. Let's pause that. What did I call it? Rain delays, I think. Disable. Lighthouses, just another one of those many topics that I. So watch along is the one I probably need to do something with. Okay, I'm going to step off here. Watch on. Check E. Sorry, this is not as it wasn't as easy as I thought it might have been. Competition caution. There's significant rain on the camera. It's lap 19 of 20. Stage 1, 27 to go. Hey, here's my soul. My soul is given to JoeHart, PwD's. Leo, do you take drugs? I know you're really young, but do you take drugs? You don't take drugs, right? Anti-drugs? Maybe you're learning English and there's just particular phrases that you're learning. Is that it? Here is my soul. It's a pretty extreme. Okay. So, the competition caution just happened. Lap 21 of 200. Agar, Gibbs, Nemechek, Custer, Creed, Hemrick, Smith, Moffitt, Hocevar, Jones, Hill, Smith, Burton, Kligerman, Earps, Meyer, Mayer, Weatherman, Alfredo, Sieg, R. Sieg. Gralla is the top 20. They're not showing any other. So, I'm going to go off again. Bye. Okay, please feel free to watch along NASCAR with us on Monday, May 29th. Damn it. Okay, 316. 316, green flag. How is everybody? Please be nice. Leo, please don't tell me what to do. Don't randomly write stuff. Here is my soul is not an okay thing to type. Don't tell me to be nice. Don't do that. An institution needs to change. My soul is given to JoeHart. Here is my soul. An institution needs to change. Please be nice. Okay, I'm off screen again. Doing the commands, the custom commands. Watch along. Whoa. Over under. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's see here. All right. Guess I'm going to bring that over here because I can't see it way over there. It's on a bigger screen, but it's at an angle, and then you can't see it as well. Yeah, I don't know if that changed to you all, but okay. Uh-oh. Okay. So how's everybody doing? Let's see, is that still Twitch? My Twitch buddy. Twitch. What's up, Twitch buddy? It seems to be misting. I guess they're pulling onto pit road. Mist got too heavy. They're pulling down onto the pit road, and they're going to try to work on the track. Anyway, just doing paperwork. They just pulled everybody. Hello, Facebook. You know, a shout out to all my platforms. Let's see here. I'm going to see how this looks way up close because it's just slightly out of my reach. platforms. Did I incorrectly spell it? So yeah, they're pausing. Let's see here. Okay, so platforms. Oh, wow. 3 minutes later, 3+ minutes later. So anyway, a shout out to all my destinations platforms on StreamYard, my Facebook profile, my Facebook page. There's 2 of them, and I am learning the differences. LinkedIn profile, YouTube 1 and 2. I have my primary, JoeHart, PwD's 8641, and then my backup is Francis Assistant. Francis is my companion animal, my cat, and I'm his assistant, Francis Assistant. And then so that's YouTube 1 and 2, and then Twitch. I'm don't know much about Twitch, and I'm learning a lot, but I've only been on Twitch through StreamYard, so I haven't really just streamed over in Twitch. But anyway, and in Twitter 1, 2, and 3. That's I ought to do a stream. Do stream about Twitter. Facebook and Twitch. It's always good to have y'all. Feel free to make any comments you want. Questions, comments, that kind of stuff. Those can evolve over time. I kind of like people to be, courteous and appropriate and respectful at the beginning, and then it can work, from there. But They're talking and interviewing a lot of drivers because it's a rain delay. I'm going to check TCR series. Yesterday, there's nothing scheduled for this coming week. There it is. June 9th, 10th, 11th. That's in 2 weeks. Wow. How is everybody? I'm still off screen. I guess I'm going to just do my paperwork. Feel free to make any comments or suggestions or ideas, questions, whatever you got within reason. Facebook and Sifa, hey, I'm just doing some paperwork. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. It's a rain delay again. The Saturday NASCAR race and the Sunday NASCAR race were both postponed because of rain till today. The Saturday race is supposed to be at 11 at Eastern time, and the Cup, the big race, is supposed to be at 3:00 Eastern time. And anyway, this originally was scheduled for noon when it was the only postponed race. And I think they changed it to 11 an hour earlier because they knew they were going to have rain delays. So they wanted to get it done in the calendar day. They have lights, so they can go till midnight or, later. But I think they just want to get done on the calendar day on today. So anyway, so anyway, they went out there. It was supposed to be 11:12 a.m. was green flag, and they're close, but they delayed it by 3 laps because of the mist. And then they started the race, and they've done 25 laps. That's a pretty significant amount of laps because it was misting the whole time. And drivers usually are very talkative, especially, like the person. Anyway, everybody has their own perspective, but generally, if it's raining, the drivers are talking. So NASCAR knows there's a problem and they know they want to stop. Well, this one, no, hardly anyone was talking about it. And I think they just wanted to get the race done. But that causes unsafe stuff. And anyway, nothing happened. major. There was minor cars sliding into each other on pit road, which is major to the person it happened to. But no, minor stuff. So I'm just doing my paperwork. I don't know if you've been around much on Sunday evening, but probably the last 3 or 4 weeks, as the last, for motorsports, which I'm going to steer away from, with RV shows and other things like that, and the presidential primaries and stuff. But they anyway, a motorsports week ends on Sunday night. Sunday's the big day in motorsports, and then it ends on Sunday night, and then it's kind of like a theater where Monday and Tuesday are the dark days. They're, the place, there's not much going on Monday and Tuesday. So anyway, Sunday nights is when I get ready for the next week. Well, during my streams, the last couple of hours, I was like, hey guys, it's kind of small and intimate, which is just my life here. Hey Joe, says Sifa. Hello, Sifa. And I'm good. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. So I guess I can disable those predictions. Let's see here. I'm going to go off screen not real quick. I'm going to go off as quickly as I can. So let's see here. Predictions. NASCAR still applies. IndyCar does not. Whoa, what the hell? How did I do that? Try this again. Predictions NASCAR still applies. Predictions IndyCar I can disable. I don't like that word. Sorry, I need to start using a different word. Plus, I usually write these places and say, what are you doing? Change that word. But okay, that's enough for now. Okay, hello, back. So yeah, let's see, what do we got here? One Twitter and one YouTube. I mean, one Twitch and one YouTube. So that's probably both you. But anyway, that's intimate. Okay, let's see. Let's do edit again. A lot of things I do are cumbersome. If there's an easier way to do it, I don't find the easier way. I find the harder, complicated one. So this edit, I have to, like every few minutes, I have to find it. And if I scrolled up and down on a laptop, which I'm always on a laptop, but if I scroll up and down, I need a mouse for my laptop, which I doubt if I'll buy. But I don't like the mouse pad. The computer's getting old and blah, 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 blah. So there's a... So just a random question out of the blue. For all you crime sleuthers out there, just a random question out of the blue. What's your opinion of Jennifer Coffin-Daffer, the ex-retired FBI agent? I follow her on Twitter, but I follow everybody on Twitter. As they say in The Godfather, or one of those, they say, you like her. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like her too. She tweeted this morning, like, by request, easy to follow upcoming schedule in the Idaho 4 case. So, she kind of laid things out. June 9th, June 27th, October trial. And then she has predictions. And yeah, I like her. But, there's so many different people that are crime sleuthers. And then there's so many different people that talk about it. By the way, I also like your Nightbot command. Well, thanks. You mean all 37 of them? No, a lot more. They seem to be working more today than before, but they still easily half of them don't work. I don't get why. But thank you. That's what I meant to say. Lighthouses is one of the newest topic that I have started to explore. I think I'm trying to figure out how to travel without going to NASCAR races, because that's only going to get worse. Once it gets over $1,000, it's a felony, and so I don't want that. So I want to do something else, which, I always have that. I have no money. So when I go places, I have to not spend money. So it's always a challenge. But let's see here. The off-screen one before my comment. Oh, cool. Yeah, I like that too. I have similar ones. I have a tweet one. But thank you. I have that. That's a exclamation point edit, which I'm sure I've told you, Sifa, all my commands, I don't think I'm going to change it because I don't have anyone that shows up, but I currently have them all set on everyone. So you are welcome to use any of them anytime you want. And like I said before, I've never organized my mods. It got really busy at the beginning, and then it dropped off to almost no one. And I know everybody was like, oh, I had heard people say, oh, get everybody's email address so you can keep all the information current and stuff. And I mean, I don't do things like that. I wish I did. And anyway, there's ways to get the list of now that I'm talking about it, I kind of forget how it happened, but I was able to get it to a B. Like I said, I think I told you before, I think I had like 37 or 39. Now I have 89 or something. I think it's on 9 pages. So I think it's 82 or 80 something. So anyway, the off-screen one before your comment. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I have similar ones. I have the edit one, and then I have a tweets one, and then I think I have one or two others. And I've just run out of comments. I'd like to make one master that covers all. My head is the way, I do everything. The way I travel, the way I pack, the way my mind is. I always want everything. I want everything, including the kitchen sink, because I don't want to be caught out on not talking about something or, whatever. I don't know why I get so messed up with that stuff. But so I want it to say everything, and obviously it can't. It's gonna, But anyway, but I do different things. I tweets and I do different things. So how you been? What is this? It's noon, 12:01 p.m. for me, just after noon. So I guess that's 10 a.m. in some parts of the country. So how's the chi? So I pulled the earplug out because that gets distracting if I'm, doing too many things. But yeah, they're definitely working a lot more today than in the past week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I wonder if I don't know what their week. I don't know if Nightbot has rush hours. And I think for a lot of businesses, rush hours is Monday. But like I said, for me, motorsports, Sunday is the rush day and Monday's an off day. So I don't know, maybe Nightbot is similar and they're not busy. Whoa. Got to take a picture of this. I was trying to get that. Oh, golly, stay on the screen, please. Okay. So this is the playoffs. Okay. So Austin Hill, Nemechek, Smith, Burton, Smith with wins. And then by points, Agar, Berry, Custer, Creed, Earps, Meyer, Hemrick. That's top 12. And the first person out is Kligerman. He's tied. The last person in and the first person out have the same number of points. So they have a tiebreaker. That is just amazing. After all these races and all these blah, 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 the top 11 of 12 aren't close. And then the 12th is super close to 13th. How does that work? That's so human nature, I think, that everybody, for NASCAR, as soon as two cars have a really bad interaction with each other, the next week they qualify right next to each other. Right next to each other. And it's like, why does stuff like that happen? It's bizarre. So anyway, just doing paperwork. The RV show, that was pretty cool to get that information and get started on that. I don't, there's stuff about it, of course. And, I tend to talk about it, and then people probably, whatever. I try to be as nice as I can at all times, or not at all times. I try to be nice as often as my patience and tolerance will allow me to. But I've checked out RV. I've researched RV shows prior, and I've researched RVs too. There used to be a yearly catalog of all RVs, and I bought that every year for like 8 years. And I'm like, Joe, those are cool to have and you want them, but it's going to be a while before you buy one, or before you get one. I'm not going to buy it. But okay, so bloop 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 bloop. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, RV shows have rush hours, or they have, it's a seasonal thing, and the resource that Sifa sent me had some information. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but let's just estimate. Let's just say it probably had a listing for about 70 events. But 60 of those events were in 2021, 2022, are the first, in the past of 2023. So there is current information for about 10 of them. But through that, I found another resource which had a bunch of, probably about 150, 160 events. Now, there is a seasonal thing. So even with the most perfect schedule, January and February are the most popular months. March is a pretty close third. April is a distant fourth. And then May through December, there's like 5 events in all those months. So I would be getting ready for, it appears that for sure I'll be going to Iowa about Thanksgiving time for 7 weeks. So I think I'm going to get everything focused around that. So I think I'm going to get RV shows focused around that. The Idaho 4, if anything springs into action before that. But that's not close. So it would be Idaho 4 or Iowa. I don't think, I think we may have, I would bet, it's possible. There are people that are saying that the president would be elected before Kohlberger goes to trial. So I think, I think Idaho will not be affected by Idaho at all. But anyway, the RV shows, I'm definitely focused. And there's something else, lighthouses and the Storm Chaser. That seems to be piquing my interest quite a bit recently. And that's a regional thing and a cyclical. It's a regional thing and seasonal thing. I think now is the season, but Iowa is vaguely close to the area. I did just print up Montreal's schedule today, which I don't like printing up Formula One's schedule for a particular race because they change it the week of the race. So I don't like printing it up. But anyway, it's it's June 16th, 17th, 18th. That's coming up. I guess that's 2.5 weeks or something. So I did print it up. And anyway. Now one of the links that was sent to me was one link had about 25,000 characters in it. That link ended up being the same as the other link, and they were both how to buy tickets for a Formula One race, which I can't do that. That's way out of my budget. So I don't know what happened there, but some links came. I'm forgetting now, but anyway. I guess I then ultimately did find the other, but I don't know if this is current or live. The cars are moving. The cars are on the track. Lap 29 of 200. I have missed 4 laps. It's yellow. The pace car has lights on. Sorry, I was not aware. I was just going to close that. I was going to stop showing that screen because it wasn't. Brian Sieg is leading the race. Wow. That was a cycle that you would not have expected. So it's still lap 29 of 200. Pit. I think they just crossed start finish, and the pace car's lights are still on. When the pace car's lights go from on to off, that means there's 1 lap left. When the lights are on, it's more than 1 lap. So it's real critical to notice when the lights go out. Oddly enough, not all the time do they show that. That should be paramount in my eyes, but I'm OCD. Oh my goodness, Ryan Sieg's daughter broke her arm on a trampoline yesterday. One to go next time around. So that will probably be just Inagar saying the track's fine. Better than it was when they're under green. So let's go. He's really conservative usually. So that's I think people just want to finish the race. Talking to Chandler Smith, he said something about the gas tank being on an incline, but it's full, so it doesn't matter about the incline right now. One to go, so now they're going to choose what lane. All cars can choose which lane they want to be, inside or outside. And it can be, in case one side is way better, the inside or the outside, then you can go up a bunch of spots if everybody goes to the better spot and you go to the worst one. But you can go up 5 spots, not 5. You could go up 2 or 3 spots. 78's on pit road. It's never good to see people on pit road. So Ryan C., Custer, Agar, Chandler Smith, Earps, Mayer is on the outside row. And then Nemechek, Gibbs, Creed, Hemrick, Smith, Sammy Smith is on the inside. So Ryan Sieg in front is a Ford. And he's going to get blown away. He's not that good. But Ford is doing very poorly in Cup this year. I don't know how they're doing in Xfinity. This is an Xfinity race. There is definitely rain, changing rain. There is rain currently happening on the camera. The camera has changing raindrops. It is raining. It's not just moisture, but I mean, it's never moisture because the screen, you know, there's a plastic covering and it moves like a saran wrap of plastic when it gets wet. So it's always, scrolling. Okay, pace car is gone off. So it's lap 31 of 200. So it's going to go green at 32 of 200. And it is green. Sieg, Nemechek, Gibbs, Custer, Creed, Algar, Hemrick. Three, 6, 9. Ryan Sieg is 9th already, which everybody expected. He didn't have the tires. Woohoo! Nemechek. Lap 33 of 200. Nemechek, Gibbs, Creed, Hemrick, Algar, Custer, Chandler Smith, S. Smith. S. Smith just chased past. I can't think of S. Smith's name. Anyway, the 2 Smiths keep going back and forth. Who's in front of the other? So that gets confusing with the 2 Smiths. Sammy Smith and Chandler Smith. Woo, woo, woo. Excuse me. I get really overwhelmed with a bunch of sheets of paper, and I'm like, okay, just go through them one at a time. And I know this is OCD, but I know it's OCD, so that's it. That's what I do. But 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, I got the stack, and I was like, oh my God, what are you doing, Joe? That is so many pieces of paper. And it's working. It's worked. Nemechek, Gibbs are neck and neck. No, that's not it. 7-2. Agar and Creed were neck and neck. So Nemechek's in front. Gibbs is behind by 0.12. Of course, they're right on top of it. Why are they not showing that? Third place is 2 seconds behind. And then 2.5 seconds, and 3.1, 4.3, 4.8, 5.3. Those are pretty spread out. They should be showing 1 and 2 because they're 0.18 seconds. 1/5 of a second behind them. That should be what they're showing. I'm not sure why they're not. Lighting's not doing great, but I don't have the patience and tolerance and knowledge and ability for lights. So I wish I could. I don't know what looks good, and I don't know how to make it to look good, and I don't know really how something looks better. I mean, for me, it's all relative. So if something is looking better, that's all I can strive for. But I don't really ever know. I would say it's lukewarm at best right now, but pass for lead. Gibbs is number 1 in front of Nemechek. Oh, wow. Stage 1, 3 laps to go. They are on lap 43 of 200, so I guess it ends at lap 45. Let's see. Okay, now it's 2 laps to go. Stage 1, 2 laps to go. Pit road closes when there's 2 laps to go. So no one couldn't go in right now. Or you can, but you'd get a huge penalty. And Agar just passed Hemrick for 3rd place. So Hemrick's in 4th. So let's see. It will be the green and white final lap for stage 1. So it's Gibbs, Nemechek. Gibbs is in front by 1.1 seconds. It was like 0.1 seconds when he was behind. Anyway, he's got a strong car. Gibbs, Nemechek, Agar, Hemrick, Creed, Smith, Hill, Barry, Custer, Herbst. They're not done yet. They're still on the final lap. But the 10 in front get points for the stage. Here he comes, I believe. So Gibbs wins the stage 1. Nemechek, Agar, Hemrick, Creed, Chandler, Smith, Hill, Barry, Custer, Earps, Jones. Oh, Hulsevar gets 11. You good. Guess they're going to commercial because it's the end of a stage. Ooh, doggy. How's everybody doing? So what is it, 12:24? I didn't know if I was going to do both races, and if I did, I didn't know if I was going to do it on one stream or two streams. I mean, I know this race is not over yet, and it really barely started without rain delays. I got you. I don't like her voice. Long, long. That's a good music. And it's that big Great Dane. Is the Great Dane from Dane? Is from Danish? Are they a Danish dog? Danish is Denmark, right? They handed the keys to the pace car to Adams Alexander, and he was going too fast. And they told him to slow it down. So I guess they're down pit road again. The drivers are staying in their car, so that usually means they think it's going to be quicker. But I think everybody's just hoping. Doubled up on pit road. So it's 12:28. So I would say 2 minutes ago, 12:26 p.m. Eastern time. Red flag. I never listened to what he said. So I updated that a little bit. Oh, is this Memorial Day? What is it? Monday? It is, right? Hoo, hoo, hoo. So does anybody know how TikTokers and other people play music when they clearly don't have the rights to them? How does that work? How come they don't get banned every day? I'm a numbers guy, but I could never estimate. But let's just stick our neck out. I would bet at least 30% or more of all the millions of TikTok videos out there have music on them. So how does that work? How do they not get banned? Anybody know? Or not banned, blocked until they correct the situation. Like right now, I want to play music, but I can't. Oh, yeah, I guess I can do my earbud. Woo! Okay. Enough of that. I'm going to definitely miss it because I'm not listening to it. But I'm just going to get this set up and then I'm going to listen to it. Ooh, doggy. Okay. You could get away from me. Boy, I miss that link in my life. Track dryers are still on the track. Looks like there's still raindrops on the camera. But they did take the car wrappings off, and most everybody's on pit road. So, again, it might just be optimistic, or they might. NASCAR and those teams have millions and millions of dollars worth of weather things. And I would imagine some of the teams have stuff more expensive and more sophisticated than weather entities have, and countries, and the military branches and stuff. I'm sure they just have just millions of dollars worth. Sorry, I'm back. I had to talk to my partner. Well, cool. I hope all's well. Thanks for coming back. I'm just doing my paperwork as usual. And sorry, I'm back. I had to talk to my partner. No problem. Come and go as you see fit. There's been multiple starts of this race. I think 2 or 3 starts of the race, restarts. I don't know that person. Yes, you're correct. I don't know him at all. Sounds like you may know him. I usually bicker with everybody if they don't. I just bicker. Okay. They were they only made one comment and then they disappeared. I guess I'm not fun. I mean, and it's weird because oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry. I shouldn't be laughing. That sucks. There's many things I dislike, of course, but and I know it's it's sad and pathetic and things like that. But I despise when people say, "Hey, Santa Claus," because for one thing, they think they're super funny, and the second thing is they think they're super original. So I usually critique that real extremely immediately, which is not a good idea because there might be a real innocent, it could be a very innocent person that, has kids and celebrates Santa Claus. And anyway, but he, it was spelt with clause with an E in clause. So I started, I waited a while. But again, I'm impatient. So I probably waited 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that. And, I don't recall exactly what I said, but I try to be fairly reasonable at first, excluding I'm impulsive. But, so I try to be fairly reasonable, but he wasn't, people don't respond. And, so when they don't respond, then I start going, Santa Claus, that is so original. But hey, I guess it's good that I'm associated with people. But I do believe, and I don't, I say I have no memory, which I do not have any memory. But one thing I would go to the bank with, I hate that phrase, but one thing I would go to the bank, racing resumes on lap 32. I'm not even watching it. They just went green, I do believe. But they were at 29. So they went around the track for 3 laps, and I did not even notice. This TV is enormous. I have spectacular lap 43. Wait, okay, never mind. This must be a previous race. John Hunter Nemechek. I'm sure I'm okay with everything. Let me go over to the other screen here. Yes, go right ahead. And I know there's different words, like, there's block and ban, and to do the highest level, do whatever. Oh, that's I know there's oftentimes that that I micromanage. Yeah. Whatever, I know there's owners, and I don't get all. You must be at least a moderator to be a owner. I'm like, what? I don't get all that stuff. But anyway, so as I say, I'm usually restless, irritable, discontented. That's not my phrase. That's from AA. I stole it from AA. Most all my thinking is from AA and recovery and the 12-step book, the 12 by 12 and the big book and sponsors. That's just about everything in my head is from there. So I restless, irritable, discontented is a perfect description, but it's not. I didn't come up with it. And there's still effing rain on the camera. And it doesn't look like the drivers are in the car, but they're all around the car, and they took the wrapping, they cover the car because of electronics when it's raining. There's one driver in the car. I'm not listening to them. I'm listening to music. I'm just so sick. That's what I was ranting about earlier is, does anybody know why I'm a numbers guy, but I don't always guess correctly. But I would bet TikTok, 30% of TikTok's video have music in them. And so I'm like, does anybody know why that's true? Why are they not banned? Why are they not, I don't get that. I don't get that. Because I know everybody's not getting an approval. They're not getting, anyway, it's just bizarre, all that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, there are times, so I'm restless, irritable, and discontented. And so sometimes when I'm in that mood, which is always, I may start criticizing or self-criticizing or criticizing other people. And then I start micromanaging. And I don't want to micromanage. Now, I have an opinion about everything. And if someone did something that I did not agree with, I would probably discuss. But anyway, there's been times that I was like, oh, no, I just micromanaged. I'm sorry. No, you do. And I try to have, even though I've been doing this for 6 months, I still feel really new to YouTube Live. And I'm just new to mods and who to trust and all that stuff. So I don't, I don't think me micromanaging is the reason that my, good question. Good question. Yeah. So, but there's a ton, and that's true everywhere. Twitter, really everything, drugs, sex, rock and roll. You get onto Twitter and there's bodies without clothes on it. And that's breaking a rule, but it's there. And there's a lot of it. So it's just, and there's 300 million users, so you can't track everybody. But it's just weird that, I don't think I did, but one of my videos got a big warning because I had music in the background. And I do not think I did have music in the background. I wasn't playing I wasn't playing music, but either something set it off or like I don't know where the noise came from, but they warned me, and I'm like, and then I had to check this thing of, I confirm that I will not be playing music, or no. I checked to say I verified that I have gotten permission for that music. And I'm like, there is no music. What are you talking about? I am not playing anything. And that was kind of right after Formula One tracked me down and closed down my stream, and YouTube gave me my first. You get one warning and 3 strikes? Yeah, 3 strikes. So that was my first warning. And so after that, I was like, F this. Which is, rules don't apply to me. So it is kind of, it's hard not to show live streams or, TV broadcast or all that stuff. I get it. I mean, I understand I don't have permission for it. There's a time there that I was always asking permission, but then that allowed them to track me. And then they would shut me down. I'm like, you MFer, you didn't know I existed. If I didn't ask permission, you wouldn't have even looked at my miniature. So anyway. Oh my goodness, this is my last page. I swear I had a stack of paper and I was like, there's no way. True. Amen. It's true. No, I don't know. I'm not always true. But anyway, thanks. So, obviously, I can't be excited about the presidential election one always prints up, so I don't have to remember what it is to manually do it. I can't think what it is. By the way, all my commands are really long because I want them to be descriptive and correct. And, I have my predictions, but for 3 different series. So, that is a pain that stuff happens. Oh my goodness, I finished all that paperwork. I mean, I print up probably 10 or more pages every single day. So I'm going to get more of these. But this was kind of building up for, what day is that? 27th and 26th. So that's 2 and 3 days old for some of this paperwork. That was overwhelming me, paralyzing me, really. So, anyway, in recent days, maybe the last week or so, I've been looking for other things to do with my life because this is clearly not it. And so I was checking out different things, and and I'm impulsive, and look, squirrel, I'm all over the place, and then I get a recommendation or a suggestion, and I'm like, yeah, let's check that out. So I've been checking out a few things, and I'll forget half of them because there's been a bunch in the past week and a half, 2 weeks. But there was and they're in no particular order. But there's the RV shows is really good. The 2024 presidential election, which is really the 2024 presidential primaries and caucuses, and then crime sleuthing, as always, Idaho, and anything else near these other things I'm doing. What's the one big thing? Anyway, I thought about it, then I lost it again. But so there's just a few things that I'm, the lighthouse, I'm getting excited about, trying to learn more about that stuff. Basically, like I said, so I could travel without getting in trouble at NASCAR races. And be media. I mean, when I'm formally media covering an event, that's how you get in free and blah, 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 blah. I have no money, so I can't pay for these events. Anyway, 4 years ago, 3+ years ago, in 2020, that was COVID, and that was the 2020 presidential election, the caucuses and primaries, and everything shut down. I was in Florida. I was, there were 5 motorsports events that coming weekend in 5 different parts in Florida. And I was like, oh, am I going to go to, St. Petersburg or the one in the middle, Sebring or Daytona, or, where am I going to go? Homestead. And, by Tuesday that day, one of the events canceled. And then by Wednesday, a second canceled. And I'm like, there's 5 events. I can still go to 3 more events. And, by Thursday, I think, I don't know the exact days, but I think by Thursday, all of them were canceled. And then everything was canceled indefinitely from then on. So I then found out about the caucuses starting in a few weeks in Iowa. And I went, oh, okay, I guess I'm going to that. Let's go do that. And when I was going to, head out and stuff, and then I, plan it, or I don't plan very well, but, just getting, getting the trip together. And then I discovered that CNN was doing a debate out in Iowa. And I'm like, oh man, I mean, if I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be out there I might as well be there early enough for that. So I left even earlier than I had planned. And so I got to like Des Moines, which is the center of the state, and it's the biggest city, I think. And it's where it's the most major newspaper, and they still do things out there with the newspaper. Anyway, the newspaper is where you learn what politicians are going to be, what candidates are going to be where, and how you can interview them and where you can see them and all that stuff. So, anyway, I got out there and I was there, in time for the CNN debate, but I got there like 2.5 weeks, I think, before the caucus, which the caucus is one night. The caucus is one night. And it they get a lot done in a short, I think it starts at 5 p.m. or it starts at 6 p.m. or something like that. It starts pretty late in the night. And then, it gets done that day. They do all of it. So I was there about 2.5 weeks early. Anyway, it ended up, I was way late. I could have gotten there 3 weeks before that. So what I've told people since then, I've said, hey, if, by the way, it is a rain delay. I talk about all topics anyway, but that's probably why I'm talking about this instead of racing. So since that event, I would tell people, if you have this much interest in politics, if you have this much interest, if you have the slightest interest in politics at all, just any slight, I highly recommend Iowa. For multiple reasons. It's the first state generally all the time. They got in a little trouble in 2020, and there was a threat that they wouldn't be the first state. I don't know who decides who's the first state, but anyway, it looks tentatively that they are going to go January 8th. So currently, tentatively, by the preliminary research that I've done, which I wouldn't. Sometimes when I do research, I know I'm 100% sure this is true. But for this, I would say I'm about 60% sure that this is true. I'm not, I've just done preliminary research. But anyway, Iowa, sorry, I always interchange those two states. Those two states have become very important in my life in the last 3, 4, 5 years. 1 year and then 3 or 4 or 5. So I interchange them all the time. I always incorrectly call each state the other state. Anyway, there's probably no way you can figure out which one I'm actually talking about, probably. One's usually about crime sleuthing, the 4 college students, and the other is usually about politics. But anyway. So I was like, I got to, so I'm like, when's the presidential election? And like November 8th or whatever it is, of 2024. I'm like, that's forever from now. That's a 1.5 years from now. And then I said, well, when's the first, caucus or primary? And Iowa is the first. And it's January 8th. And I said, well, I went out there 3 weeks and I was late. So I want to go 6 weeks earlier or 7 weeks earlier or 8 weeks earlier. I want to go early. So 7 weeks-ish, 6 to 8 weeks is Thanksgiving. So we are May 29th now, the end of May, and Thanksgiving is the end of November. So that's 6 months. So 6 months from today, 6 months from now, I will be in Iowa for 7 weeks. Anyway, that's probably going to be my primary force for most things. Now, the RV show will fit in perfectly there because, nothing, there's 5 events. Actually, there is one in Tampa, Florida in about a week. And I'm like, I can't pay $300 for gas when I'm not going to get that much out of it. So I'm probably not going to do that. But there's 7 more events left in this year. There's none. So anyway, January, February, March is the big ones, and I'm like, yes. So anyway, I'm anticipating doing all this stuff, and then continuing to the other states. But it goes New Hampshire, South Carolina. There's a plus. I have to go home at least once every 60 days because I got in trouble before. So I have to be home at least. I can't leave for more than 60 days. So I have to be home within 60 days perpetually, all the time. So I hope to schedule a state about 60 days and then go home and then immediately leave. So anyway, so that would be U.S. presidential caucuses and primaries in Iowa and then beyond. And then RV shows in parallel with that, basically. Depending on what the schedule is and if I can coordinate the 2 events together. And then, crime sleuthing, I can probably be anywhere. And Idaho's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen for 2023 for sure. And it might not happen during 2024, the trial. And so it's probably going to be quite a time delay for all that stuff. I think, I mean, I know this is extreme, but I think the president will have been elected before Idaho goes to trial. So that would be horrible if that's true. But I'm going to be bleak. I'm going to be negative. I'm going to be pessimistic. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be mid-2024. Not all of the year of 2024. As continuances and all that stuff. So there's a bunch of rain on the camera. I don't know how that's showing inside the studio. Postponed to after the Cup race. Will air on FS2. So Cup is still scheduled for 3 p.m., which is an hour and 49 minutes. I probably can't. I mean, I love, being able to do these off-screen stuff. They kind of calm me down, but and then NASCAR Xfinity Series after Cup. It's going to be on FS2. I'm sure that's still fluid, but it says that it's going to be on FS2. Okay. Oh, that's a bummer. Anyway, I'm going to head out. I'm just putting the final buttons on here. I'm just in Discord looking at all that stuff. So thank you, the mods and stuff. Oh, I guess I want to. Okay, let's. I'm going to update the watch along first. They're being pretty funny on TV. Sorry. I don't want to like Carson Hocevar, but he's really funny. His temper gets him into trouble. He dumps other cars very violently, but he's really funny. He's funny. Sorry, I don't mean to be giving him time. Twitter and YouTube. I mean Twitch and YouTube. I keep saying Twitter. The cup is in an hour and a half. So they're ending the broadcast and then they're going to radioactive, which is pretty exciting stuff. But now this week there's only one radioactive scheduled. I think this is an unscheduled radioactive. Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you, everyone. I still have a bunch of paperwork to do, so I'll probably come back to the 3 o'clock. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming by, Sefa. I don't assume you're here, but every time I say that, you're like, I'm still here. So thank you, Sefa. And I'll talk to you later. That wasn't the right voice inflection. That's not how you say it. Rain tracks. All right. So end broadcast in 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to hit it again. I'm going to, I guess I'll stop screen and broadcast again. Okay. So I'm going to say, later, Sifa, you were there. Yeah, man, you take care. Later, Joe. Cool, man. Thanks for coming by and talking and stuff. Okay, I'm going to hit end broadcast. I'm back to the first time again. Anyway, someday I'll try to figure out those lighting. End broadcast in 3, 2, 1, which I've done it. Now I'm going to hit it again, but I'm going to wave and say goodbye before it actually goes because it happens immediately. So, okay, end broadcast in 3, 2, 1, goodbye.